So one of the stories that I had talked about recently was the fact that Microsoft was banning accounts for simply uploading clips from the actual Baldur's Gate 3 game. And these clips, of course, were clips of some not so well, some moments. I don't know, like some squeaky type of moments, I guess.
Gods, I want to ride you till you see stars.
So we're gonna go ahead and read this article that actually updates us on the entire situation, and maybe some good news will come of it, and maybe the Microsoft has changed its position, or maybe these accounts just stay banned. But let's go ahead and check out the article. Alright, so over here on Kotaku, the headline reads, Xbox unbans Baldur's Gate 3 players who accidentally uploaded not safe for you clips. Safe for work clips. It says, last week Baldur's Gate 3 players on Xbox found their accounts banned when their clips of the RPG spicy scenes were automatically uploaded publicly as per the Xbox Series X or S default settings.
And then the next thing I knew, it went up! It went up to the cloud!
It seems developer Larian Studios has had a chat with Microsoft to get these bans lifted, but is advising that players be more careful in the future. Larian posted on its social media channels that players affected by the flag clips should now see their bans begin to lift. Well, that's definitely very good news. Works to fix all the bans is ongoing, but Microsoft is aware of the issue and is looking to fix it. In the meantime, Larian advises players to use the game's mature content toggle in the game settings to keep nudity out of any clips that plan to upload.
How about new?
This is typically used for streamers to keep the game stream friendly, but with Xbox banning people for automatic uploads of explicit scenes, it's maybe worth keeping in mind if you're planning on creating clips of Baldur's Gate 3. So this is a feature that we talked about in the previous video that I had initially talking about this, about the feature that you essentially, yes, can turn off the not so good, well, essentially you can turn off the squeaky moments. We'll just say that.
Our bodies will haunt your dreams.
So the article goes on to read, getting the bans lifted is a good thing, but I would hope this would be a lesson to Microsoft and not automatic uploads the default setting. Xbox has pretty cut and dry guidelines regarding what kinds of clips can prompt a ban, but when the default setting is to post captured footage where people can see it, Microsoft is unwittingly setting players up to fail, which is true. You know, if you're not even thinking about it and it just automatically uploads because you're like, well, it's allowed on the Xbox, why would I get banned for it? And you just, turns out you can, and it sucks.
It went up to the cloud!
The article goes on to read, Baldur's Gate 3 is primed to screw people over on this front. Not only are its sex scenes pretty explicit, but it's possible to have characters in the nude at any point by removing your clothes and the equipment menu. That's another thing too, so I wonder why people weren't getting banned for that, it's a feature of the game, so it just, I'm sure people actually probably did get banned.
It wasn't my fault!
But so while Larian may have gotten Microsoft to fix things this time around, this is still a problem baked into the system. And the Larian Studios, that was just them tweeting out Xbox players whose capture clips have been flagged on Xbox should now see their bans. So that was just kind of them announcing, them trying to essentially clean up the mess that Microsoft has made. And personally, I think because of the simple fact is Microsoft isn't changing its policies, you're still going to get these issues. I just don't understand how, it's great that Larian Studios has stepped in here to help, get people's accounts back who essentially wrongfully were banned. Because for playing a game that they're just taking advantage of the features in the game. If Microsoft doesn't want, Baldur's Gate 3 on their Xbox because of the explicit sex scenes, then they just should not have it on their systems. I mean, it's just weird to me that Microsoft essentially is trying to make Larian Studios look like a bad guy, and essentially saying, hey, you know, get your players to essentially turn off the nudity or the sexual explicit scenes in your game, otherwise they can't upload. And that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
It's not your fault. Fuck with me, alright? Don't fuck with me.
I, for one, don't think that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be the first game, or the last game, to ever come out with explicit sex scenes in it. Nor do I think that maybe there's going to be, you know, gratuitous violence, essentially, that are in some games in the future that Microsoft might have an issue with as well. And they need to change their policies. I mean, to me, that's what it all comes down to, is Microsoft's policies causing this entire issue to begin with. Larian Studios coming in and saying, okay, we need to make sure that these Xbox users don't have their accounts permanently banned. We got to try to find a way to rectify this. And, you know, Microsoft's essentially been like, oh, okay, well, we'll change it this time. But if, you know, if a studio comes in and you get your account banned, but maybe they don't have as much pull as Larian Studios has right now, those players could be essentially screwed, all because of some stupid policies at Microsoft that they just refuse to change. But this is definitely good that they are getting their accounts back. But I definitely want to hear from all of you. Do you think Microsoft is the biggest issue here by not changing their policies? Or do you think that these players should have just maybe turned the feature on, the mode on, that would have blocked these videos from being even watched? Or maybe they should turn the mode on to prevent their videos from automatically being uploaded. Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for chilling with me, and we'll see you all in next gaming sessions.
Space out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open up a newer curse. If I swim too far, then my head goes under. If we take it as it is, then there ain't no wonder. It's hard to imagine that just one little blunder it creates